I'm going to show you how you can install an amp in your car. For this example, I'm going to be doing it in a Pontiac Firebird. So the first things you're going to need is a 4-gauge wire, a remote wire that goes to your head unit, RCA cables to plug in from the amp to the head unit, some speaker wire, and some ground wire. This package also comes with accessories, and you also need a fuse for the amp itself. So with that, let's get outside and start hooking this up. Okay guys, so today we are installing the amp on the Firebird. So I'm gonna send out all the wires to the back, and I'm just gonna replace the existing amp with a new amp, and I'm just gonna leave it on that side in the back corner. So let's get this hood open and let's see if we can find the passageway through to get inside the car to send all the wires. Okay, so basically on the inside of the car, you just take this cover off, and then you come up under here, and then it's kind of hard to see, but there's a hole right there with a grommet on it. Okay, so that is the hole that we're gonna send it through. It's big enough to where you can just feed the amp wire through. So you would just get a fishing wire and then just fish that wire through. Okay, so I actually found it easier to go from the outside in with the fishing line, because I feel like you have more access to the grommet on this side, which is, it's like right in the corner down there. And I'm just gonna tie it onto the other side and then pull it. Okay, so we got the line ran through. Here, I'm just showing you how to cut the wire and how to install the fuse onto the wire itself. So here I'm just cutting it with a pair of wire cutters. There you go. Once we got that cut, you want to start to peel the jacket off the wire, so you expose the wire itself. And then you unscrew your fuse. And basically what I like to do is I like to twist the wire, that way it keeps it more secure, and then you just stick it in the slot and tie it up with a Allen wrench. And then you would just do the same thing on the other side. And then for my car, I had to buy this battery adapter so I can put the amp on, because my battery has a side bolt connector. So I did purchase that in order to put the amp on. With this though, you do want to be careful with the threads. Don't tighten it too tight, otherwise the threads will break. And of course, be careful with touching other pieces of metal. So I just skipped ahead and I already ran all the cables to the back. But basically you want to just do the same, just run the 4-gauge wire, the remote wire, and the RCA cables to wherever you want the amp to be located. It's better to not have the 4-gauge wire and the RCA cables running the same way, because that could cause noise in your music as you're playing it. But I just did it that way because I had no other option. And then here I'm just screwing in all the wires to the amp itself. I did rerun my car with new wires. I tried using the wires that were there, but the connector just wasn't the right piece and I couldn't find the right piece for my vehicle, so I just decided to run new wires to the speakers itself. Okay guys, so we got the amp all in and installed. So we figured out we can use this wiring harness. We just took these pins out. There's like a little metal latch that you have to pull down, and then these wires will actually come out, and then you can put them back in. So if you have a 2002 Pontiac Firebird, you can use this connector, and then just switch around a couple wires and look at a wiring diagram, and you can find that there. But yeah, this I kind of just threw in there. I'm probably gonna think of something way better, but the amp is in and it sounds good. Here is a little diagram of like how the wires go on my specific amp. Other amps are kind of similar, so just kind of follow the basic guidelines. You have the power, you have the remote wire and the ground wire, and then you'll have all your outputs for your speaker wire. And then on the other side, you'll probably see the RCA cables and adjustments and all that stuff on that side. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe.